Hey, how's it going, guys? This is going to be a continuation from the previous video, which was the introduction to Google's Vision AI API. In this video, you will be learning how to create a Google service account, and as well as how to download your token file. And lastly, we'll learn how to construct the Vision client instance. You'll be using the client instance to connect to different Google Vision API services. Now let's first of all go to the Google Vision documentation page, and I'll post all the script and the URL in the video description below. So here you want to look for Vision API and click on the Vision API. So here you have actually quite many things, and from here it basically shows you how to create a new project, how to enable the Vision API, and how to download the token file. Now let's open a new tab, and let's go to the Cloud Console. Oops, console.cloud.google. And here I already created a project called Google Cloud Demo. And make sure you have the project as active project. And you want to click on this navigation menu icon. So here, let's do this. So we're going to enable the Vision API service first. So under the APIs and services, click on library. You want to search for Vision API. And you want to click on the Cloud Vision API. And make sure that you enable the Cloud Vision API service. And right now my API is already enabled. So here I can just click on manage, and that takes me to the dashboard. And so next you want to go to, so under the APIs and services, you want to click on credentials. And as you can see that I have 4 service accounts created. Now let's go ahead and create a new service account. So here, so to view, let's see. Okay, so here on the top, click on create credentials. You want to choose service account key. And here under the service account, you want to choose a new service account. And so I should delete some of the accounts. But anyway, click on new service account and give your account a new name. So here I'm going to choose Vision API service account. So service account. So SA. Let's do this service account. So this is going to be my service account name. And for the role, I'm going to choose project. I'm going to make myself an owner. And that gives me permission to do basically everything. Now click on create. A dialog window will pops up, and it's going to ask you to save the token JSON file. And so here I actually forgot one step. And anyway, I'm going to save this file under my Python VMV folder. And I forgot to create a virtual environment for our project. But for now, I'll save this file in the Python VMV as a placeholder, and I'll move this token file later. So here you want to name something that is recognizable. So here I'm going to name this as service account token, and for Google, that should be good. So here service account token.json file should be good, because you can use the same token file to access basically all the machine learning and the AI API services. So save this file somewhere for now. And now let's go ahead and create a virtual environment for our project. So here, open your terminal, or if you're on Windows, open your command prompt or bash, And let's see, so here are all the images that I'll be using for demonstration. And here under my Python VMV parents folder, I'm going to create a virtual environment. So here I'm going to change my directory to the virtual environment parents folder, and I'm going to name the virtual environment, let's do Vision API demo without the underscore. And once the virtual environment got created, now let's move the token file and in the virtual environment directory. Now let's activate the environment. So here I'm going to change my directory to my Vision API demo directory. And so here scripts and backslash and activate. And we need to install the Python library for the Google Vision API. And on Windows, you want to type pip install. And the Google client library name is Google hyphen cloud hyphen and Vision. So this is the library name. Now here, let's enter to install the library. Now once that's done, now let's go back to our virtual environment, and let's take a quick look. So let me clear out the console. If I do a pip list, now here's all the libraries got installed, and there are quite a few. And we can close the command prompt. Now open your Python editor. So here I'm going to use VS Code for this project. So here I shouldn't close the terminal. So here there's a shortcut to launch the VS Code editor. I can type code dot from the directory that I want to launch the VS Code editor. Now let me create a new Python script. I'm going to name the Python script Vision API demo underscore demo.py. And now it's creating some of the configuration file. Okay. If you're using a virtual environment like myself, make sure that you have the environment activated. And here I'm going to import an OS module and IO module. And here from the Google.cloud module, and I'm going to import the Vision module. And next, I'm going to import from Google.cloud.vision, and I'm going to import the types module. I think these are modules. Let me just double check. Yep, these are modules. And that's it. For now, those are the libraries that we need. And next, we need to create environment variables. So here, I think I need to go back to the documentation. And because I think for Mac users or Linux users, it's a little bit different. Okay, so right here. So it's on step 5. So you want to create an environment variable called Google _application _credentials. You want to link the JSON file that we'll just download to this environment variable. And so here you have different examples for Linux or Mac OS. And since I'm using Windows, so this is going to be the steps that I'm going to follow. For this tutorial, I won't save my environment variable on my PC, like what Google suggests in the tutorial. I'll be creating the environment variable in my Python script. Now let's go back to the editor. Using the OS module, and there's a method called environment on, and so here I'm going to pass the environment variable name. So Google application credentials, and I'll pass the token file path. So here, let me go back, and here's my token file name. So I can just pass the file name directly. And let me install the AutoPip 8 package real quick. And let me do this. So I'm actually going to increase the font size a little bit. So here, let me increase the font size to 19, so that'll be a little bit easier to see. And the last step is we need to create our client instance. So here I'm going to create a client instance object. I'm going to call this object client. Taking the vision module, and want to use the image annotator client method, and to construct the client instance, and like that. And that's it. So now if we just run the Python script. So here I'm running everything manually by hand, and here you can see that we're not running any errors. Now if I just print client, in here you should see this message similar to my Google.Cloud Vision _v1. That means we're using the first version of the Google Vision API. And so here's the client name, and followed by a unique ID that assigned to this object. And if you want to see what method the client instance has, so you can use dir function followed by the object name. So here from the using the client instance, you have different. So you have this many method. So here we get face detection from service account file, and label detection method, and so on. And I'll cover those methods in other videos. And for now, this is everything I'm going to cover in this video. For the next video, we'll be learning how to use Google's Vision API to detect text in an image.